The anime ref will now take the field. He's read the books, he knows the lore, he's flagging scenes you can't ignore. Yellow flag up, they nailed the vibe, went beyond the page, took it up a stride. Red flag flying, oh no, they missed. Cut a course scene and now he's pissed. Did they fumble the plot or score a win? Let's see how faithful this show has been.
Hello YouTube, it's the Anime Ref here, and we are back with episode 21 of Sakamoto Days. We are on the penultimate episode. We are close to the finale of the season, and we are still in the JCC transfer exam. So I'm wondering, are we really going to wrap this up in 2 episodes? It feels like potentially. And that's what I figured going into this chunk of episodes. I didn't get caught up with the manga until a little ways into these episodes because I am now wells away from this stuff. So it's nice. Gaku as Shinae is making his move on the exam and doing just crazy stuff for the sake of being crazy. You know, just rampaging for whatever. And so Shin is staying to help fight the guy, and it looks like Toramaru and Mafuyu are jumping in to help him. So that's nice. And, you know, Sakamoto and his crew, they're just chilling on the beach, having a campfire, homemade cooking and everything. Especially after the reveal for Sakamoto that Akira is the niece of Rion. But I'm wondering if the flashback with Rion from the last episode with Nagumo and Sakamoto, I'm wondering if that was new. Because I'm only just now realizing that now when the episode is over, in the beginning of this episode, that maybe that entire 5-minute flashback was new footage, or if it was something that comes up way later that they moved ahead. So I don't know. So sorry if I didn't bring that up at all in the previous episode, but I brought it up now. So let's see how we wrap up this arc, because I think it's going to be this episode and then maybe stuff with next episode. We'll see. So next time you see me will be that post-episode discussion. And cut. Okay, post-episode discussion time. Well, that episode was just an entire 20-something minutes of fun. From Toramaru and Mafuyu kind of getting taken out of the fight pretty early, which that was pretty accurate. I gotta give it to them. Sakamoto Days, aside from very small moments not being in the anime version early on, has been pretty accurate so far in terms of the later stuff. And then Shin having his time to properly be acquainted with Kaji and his skills, and you get to see in this episode why he's a special recommendation, because up until this episode, a lot of people were probably wondering why was he a special recommendation when we found out literally last episode that he's too shy to do certain things. But once you realize his skill is sound-based, and it's a really good deduction of sound, and that he can perfectly replicate moves just based on the sounds, that makes him really good and very, very resourceful for being an assassin. So that's actually really good. And for an episode with a large chunk of Kaji, I could not figure out for the life of me his voice actor. I couldn't last time, and I still can't with this episode. And then, at the very, very end, because Gaku decided, I think it's time I ramp it up a little to crazy amounts. That's when Sakamoto shows up and puts the hurt on the puppet that Gaku is controlling until they get back to the plane crash, right? And then Sakamoto just wallops him inside the plane. And then he takes the landing gear and he turns it into a freaking moped. And then he launches himself into the sky. and hits him with the wheels. And that final frame of the episode was gorgeous. This whole episode was just amazing. Makes me curious, though, about the final episode and what will that be like because of stuff with... It makes me curious with stuff like the final episode and the fact that the next episode is the final episode, because you have to wrap up this arc, but you don't need that much time to wrap up this arc. And that means we might be starting the next arc in the episode, which is never a good way to end a season. You would have to find a good spot at that point that you have like a decent enough cliffhanger. Because you're starting another arc with this upcoming next episode. There's no way it's a full episode just for like maybe 2 chapters. I don't think so. I don't think I've ever watched an episode in my life that was paced so slowly or way too fast. You know what I mean? There's no way. They're going to start the next arc, which is sure, as long as they have a perfect stopping point. But in any case, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend. Make sure you join the Patreon. Go over there, check out the stuff. Have some fun with it. And of course, keep your notifications on, because as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.